Gentlemen out there at Hollow Point Land, well, thank you for joining me for lunch. I tell you, once you had some of this special California Redbud roast, you get the munchies awful quick. Oh. You know, after a couple of cups of that, for some reason I have the hankering to listen to some Grateful Dead. Don't know why. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, going Terry Fox, not Terry Coyote or Wile E. Coyote, but Terry Fox from Fox Air Power sent me this 58 Element Max. Excuse me. I already did some number crunching, you know, indoors, did the power video. Now we're out here at 50 yards. Just using light bullets. I'm doing, because all the elements at the moment do better with lightweight bullets than the heavy. This is a mid-weight rifle. So this 58 is, or even the 51 or the 457. So you got the HP line with the little shorty. Then you've got, I guess you'd say, the Element Max, then the Challenger, and then the Zeus. Give or take with the feet per second and the power and so on. Of course, with the Challengers, you're going to get 6 shots. With the short air tank on these, you're going to get 3, okay, working shots. Well, this will never have the kick of the Zeus. It's not meant to be a Zeus. But I had a spare regulator. You have to adjust it from the inside, like early generation regulators that Bintax at me. So I put that on it. I've been tweaking and playing around with it. You know, one thing about these regulators is how you set it. It's like judging a diamond. You know, it's the eye of the beholder. And I'm just playing with it. I don't have any, you know, so many rotations equals this, or so many unrotations equal that. I just got it kind of set up. It uses a fill probe that goes up inside. I'll show you. I'll do a close-up later. 4,500 psi fill, and I'm getting at the moment 7 shots. Oh, wait a minute. That one doesn't count. That one, let's see. 1, 2, 3. I'm getting 6 shots. Versus the 3 or the 4. So when I get back home, I'll compare numbers and see what we come up with. So I got a muffler on there. Neil Clegg made that for me. But don't bother calling him right now. He just had open heart surgery, so he's going to be out of commission for a few days or weeks. And we'll see what happens. Again, we'll do some shooting here in a bit and have some fun. I'm going to finish my sandwich. So these are the 400s we're playing with, and the 302s. We'll see, you know, what we get accuracy-wise out of these. I forgot to bring the 460s and 470s ish. So that's what we got. That's what we'll work with. All right, guys. Let's throw some lead downstream here and see what we wind up with. So again, the idea of a regulator, and I don't have it set right, is to bring down the spread between shots. So instead of, 900, 800, 700, we've got 845, 801, 773, 745, 722, and 688. So I'll have to do the math, but it's closer between shots. It's using less air per shot. So I've lost my high end of 900, 950 feet a second, but I've got more shots consistently closer together. And that's the whole point of the regulator. It would be nice if this had an adjustable doodad. I think Ben is working on those, but at the moment, this is prototype Gen 1 technology I'm playing with. So I'm just goofing off. Normally, just take the gun, go shoot, and you're ready to go. So let me air back up and we'll try another slug. Okay, gentlemen, so this is the 58 element. Like I said, I'm goofing around with that regulator, getting 5 or 6 shots. So it's just like I've always said, with these big ones, the bullets are in a row just like a pea pod. So I've shot this one 2 times, so there's 10 slugs here. So the first couple at full power are on, then it walks. Each shot gets a little bit lower, a little bit lower, a little bit lower. Okay, I've done this twice. Okay, so that's 10 shots right there because it's walking. First one, second, third, and so on. Now here is 5 shots, and I just kept raising the mil dots on the scope and kept all 5 right in the circle. See, that's cheating if you're trying to do something. But I'm showing you this is the way it normally is. This is the way when you raise your scope, you can keep it on. Okay, that's how big unregulated air rifles are. Okay, God, they're working on getting the regulators set so you can get an even skew, even set of numbers. Terry's working on that on his Elite series. Like I said, it's just going to be a waiting game to see when they can get all the pieces and parts lined up so everything works. So at the moment, I can hunt with this easily because I know where the bullets are going to be at any given shot. So we'll just keep plugging from there. Okay, guys. Six shots. just lifting the mill dots on the scope, all 6 in a row. 4,500 down to about 2,000 PSI. So it's not rocket science. Just knowing your weapon and knowing where it hits. All right, gentlemen, so there is just our first outdoor goofing around, 50 yards. I played with this challenge, or here we are, guys, our first 50-yard outside checking bullets and accuracy. Use the suppressor on and suppressor off. I only brought 2 slugs with me today. I should have brought more, but only 2 weights because I was trying to focus in on the light stuff, and I was trying to focus in on this prototype regulator. It's you know, not quite there tuned wise, but I was getting 6 shots out of this. I shot the 302 ribbed, which is a lot of power and speed, but the accuracy at 50 yards is giving me like a 4-inch group. I wasn't happy with that. That bullet was designed for the other 58s. It wasn't for the AEA, so I'm not exactly sure if it had something to do with the lands and grooves, or I need to redesign the slug. But it shoots, it's fast, it's powerful, but it's not giving me the grouping I want. The 400 grain, which I did design for the Zeus and the AEA, is spot on. But being that these are unregulated rifles, you're not going to make a group like this. It's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in a row, and I showed that, you know, here in the video. With this regulator, like I said, this prototype, you know, you got a probe that goes in here, you know, instead of the normal probe that goes in here. It's a different probe altogether. I was filling this up to 4,500. Again, this is not stock, so just take, you know, what I'm doing with a grain of salt. But the regular stuff that is on here, barrel band by Black Arts Design, is a must. All these guns that have a sleeve over the barrel, it's got a little lock ring here. Make sure that lock ring is tight. You know, if you need to get a spanner wrench, go to Amazon and spend the $7. You know, that thing needs to be locked tight because this shroud or barrel cover sleeve needs to be tight. Okay. Everything else is standard. Thumbcock, pick rail. I had a great time shooting it. It is very accurate, just like the 51s, the 40s, and the 457 and the 49550. It's very accurate. It's just with the bigger bore, bigger slugs, you got a bigger space between shots. You just got to know that. And if you use a mil dot scope or lines, you can make up for that. And I showed you that in the video also. So it is good. Like I said, thank you, Terry Fox, for sending this to me to play with. Fox Air Power. The shirt looks better before I had a Poncito here. I'm Mr. Hollow Point, Robert Vogel. If you get any questions about hollow points and bullets, contact me. Anything about air rifles, contact Terry. Barrel band, blackartsdesign.com. And my friend Neil made this muffler for me. Unfortunately, like I said before, he's out of commish for a while. So that is it, brothers. That is it. I'm going to play around with this some more, bring some different bullets, and we'll do another video in the future. Thanks for watching, gentlemen. Hoo-yah! Mr. Hollow Point is out.